handling, file formats, resolution, and see enough of that. Hello gang, welcome back to another Whisky Talk, and this is going to be the fourth one. And to be honest with you, I am so tired. I'm forcing myself to stay awake here. Had a bit of a heavy night last night because it was my birthday, so I'm entitled to indulge once a year, right? I want to hang on to what little audience I have, you know. I don't want them to disappear and go and bugger off somewhere else. This is where the action is, so I'm hoping you will hang around. So, there was a hockey game earlier, we'll talk about that later on. And I have a new whiskey here that I would like to investigate. Never heard of it. Established by husband and wife Bernard and Rosemary Walsh in 1999. That's it. And this is the whiskey in question that we're talking about. Writer's Tears. I had never heard of this before, and I thought I would leave Scotland for a while and go to another country. That's one of the reasons I got this one, is because the LCBO were kind enough to knock off $1.95. They describe it as on special this week, $1.95. Are you kidding me? $2. What's that going to do? Nothing. That's what it's going to do. But anyway, so this one my lovely wife picked up for me, and she called me from the store saying there's like 5 different types. Which one do you want? And I went, I only know of one, and it's the one that's $1.95 off. That's the one you're going to get. So on their website here, they actually have 5 different types of this guy. This one here is the copper pot, and you've also got, what else have you got here? You got double oak, redhead, whatever that is, cask strength, Japanese cask. So this is the, I would guess this is the basic one that we've got here. Haven't even opened it. Been saving it just for you guys. Wee thin bottle there, quite plain looking, and that's okay. And I think another reason why I got this is because I am shallow enough and hippie-ish enough to buy a whiskey based on its name, and I was intrigued by the name Writer's Tears. I thought that was quite lovely, so we'll give it a go. Nice little noise. There we go. So we're going to have it in a little tumbler here. We're going to have this one neat. I've got some water there that I'll add for the second little taste test, if that's what it is. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm trying to, I don't dwell on the details here, and I don't know enough about all this stuff to start, you know, giving people the impression that this is going to be an educational channel. It's not. It's just me in my house on a Saturday night, and we have a little chin wag, we have a little chat. That's the main thing about it. I'm the one that's lucky enough to have a whiskey, and I hope that you guys are doing the same. So here we go. Little tumbler. That's a healthy amount, I think. Highland pour. I'll call that a Highland pour. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to get a help here before I start just sticking my nose in there and seeing what I can come up with. This has won quite a few awards, this one, so apparently it's got a good reputation here. Easy drinking, I like the sound of that. I like a whiskey that's easy to drink. Simply excellent, evokes earlier days of Irish whiskey manufacture. These guys are, I think the place is called Carlow, which is County Carlow, Leinster, if I'm not butchering that. Wee bit south of Dublin. Smooth, super smooth, tasty blend. This guy says disappointing. There's always one, isn't there? You're disappointing. Lots of 4s and 5 stars. Mr. Disappointing here gives it 1. Okay, a unique vatting of single pot still and single malt Irish whiskey, triple distilled for extra smoothness. I think most, if not all, Irish whiskies are triple distilled from what I can make out. Aged and matured to perfection in flame-charred bourbon barrels distilled entirely of barley in traditional Irish copper pot stills, bursting with flavour and complexity. Super. Flashes of apple, hints of vanilla, a sweet honeycomb dance over a distinctively Irish pot still base, oozing with spice and ginger, alongside background notes of toasted oak, fading to a long, elegant finish with subtle notes of milk chocolate and almonds. I hate almonds. Hopefully there's limited sense of almonds. The one guy here says that he tried to smell and couldn't smell anything. Well, let's see if I can smell something. And I don't usually smell that much. I do smell alcohol, I must admit. Very strong smell of alcohol in there. And all these whiskies that I have here are all 40% proof. I've yet to find one that's more than that. And I would like to get one. I would like to see the difference that the heavier punch. Maybe the apple's there. Maybe the apple. Sweet raisins. That's what I'm getting. It's another sweet guy, and I guess that would make sense with it being this easy drinking thing, right? Alright, here goes. I'm gonna give this a generous slug here because it was my birthday yesterday, so I deserve it. It was a traumatic experience. I'm still recovering. That was a big swig. That's lovely. Very smooth, very rich, velvety. This is one I could definitely get used to again. Another one. I had one the last time I did this. I think it was the Cardew. This one might be better than that. So I've just been reading a few more reviews here about this one online, and for the most part everybody's into this stuff apart from a few. You got Mr. Grumpy here again, right? Disappointed. This guy's disappointed with everything. Awful tasting whiskey, avoid. There's Mr. Grumpy there. Smooth butterscotch note to it. Started looking for it because it was so good, finally found it. Got 2 bottles. Crap. You're crap. These people that spend all this time online writing reviews, people on Yelp and all these things, they go out for a meal and then they want to go home and start telling everybody about it. I don't know. Anyway, I like this. I'm going to have my second sip again. Yeah, that's very easy drinking. That's someone else. You would call this a weekday whiskey, which means that it's so easy drinking that you could, well, you know what? We're still in a pandemic, so what day is a weekday and what day is a weekend anymore? We don't know. Or at least I don't know anyway. So Bernard and Rosemary Walsh. They're internationally adored, it says here. They're both critically acclaimed and internationally adored. So everybody loves these people. Bernard and Rosemary. There you go. So what you can do here is they have this little interactive thing. I don't do a lot of cruising around whiskey sites. Maybe they all do something like this, but it says you can discover your whiskey. Okay, so let's change things here. Nuttiness. I don't care about that so much, so let's take some off. Spices that I do like, so I'm going to put that higher. Floral notes, sure. Let's add that on. Earthiness, keep that in the middle. Fruity cues, keep that in the middle. Woody tones, back that off a little bit. And cereal notes, I will move that up. Show my recommendation. Here we go. So apparently I should be going for their most expensive whiskey. The Irishman 17-year-old. Actually, that's not quite the most expensive, but it's up there. What a con. Doesn't matter what you pump in there. They're just going to give you that. Here's the whiskey you should be getting. Forget the stuff that's $1.95 off. You need to get this thing. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Let's put it away for the time being. For right now. So I'm going to disagree with Mr. Disappointed and Mr. Grumpy and give this one a positive review. Here's my book, by the way. Going to use this as my reference for trying to put me in the right path for reviewing these things. And it's not, as I said, it's not a review. This is not a this is not me making expert suggestions and opinions on this. This is just what works for me, and I do it on a Saturday because that's usually when there's hockey over here, and this is a wee combination. Watch the hockey, have a wee whiskey, talk about this, move on to some other things. First day of spring today. As I said, I stayed up a wee bit late last night because of my birthday and whatnot. I was spoilt rotten. I was made to feel loved, and who doesn't like that? And I think they meant it. I'm pretty sure. I think it was sincere. So the Leafs played the Calgary Flames. That was the game that I watched, and the Leafs needed that win. I mean, they won tonight, and they desperately needed that. They've been tanking a little bit lately. They're not getting the bounces right now, and these other teams are working hard and needing the points, so they've lost a few games. And in Toronto, they just go nuts whenever that happens, and they get a few losses in a row. They're ready to jump off cliffs. They're ready to, fire this guy, hang this guy, do this, do that. The plan's all wrong. Let's start again, blow it up. Just relax, for goodness sake, man. And you've got, I think what's happening right now in this Northern Division, and it'll probably be happening in the divisions down in the States as well, is that you're playing the same team all the time. And I'm worried about this. I've got this little series that I also do on YouTube, the Outlanders Guide to Hockey, and that's what I was excited about this Northern Division. I thought it would be great, all the Canadian teams are playing against each other, but I also thought it might become a bit of a bore. There's no fans. It's a kind of funny brand of hockey that we're watching right now, I think. It's just the way the puck bounces, and that's how it goes in hockey sometimes. But they need that, because that's only their second win in the last 7 or 8 games now. And Calgary are kind of an annoying bugger of a team, right? The Leafs will fall asleep, and if they do fall asleep, they'll lose. I think they've much more skill in that team than Calgary, and it showed tonight. And it was an interesting game. I think it was one of the better games I've seen. So I've enjoyed my writer's tears, and I've enjoyed it responsibly. Thumbs up for this guy. I would recommend it. And I'm going to open up my birthday presents from last night. I'm going to have Campbell's shortbread with an Irish whiskey. Campbell to celebrate Jack Campbell, the Leaf goalie, for the win tonight. Shout out, man! Give the guys some love there. Another thing I would like to recommend is that when you're having a whiskey, have some shortbread with it, or if you're having shortbread, have some whiskey with it. It's a great combination. Apple, definitely apple. Some guy wrote in there, he says, he mentioned that it was orange, and then said, he goes, but apparently it's apple, because it said so in the box. If you taste orange, it's orange. Listen to what they say in the box. I'm not, everybody's different. Everybody's mouth's different. It's profound, eh? Surprised myself with that one. You know what? I think I might pour another one. It's no every weekend you turn a year older and your team wins. Well, my birthday was actually yesterday and they lost, but that was because they were wearing those ghastly green uniforms. That St. Pat's uniform that the Leafs wear, I guess it's to, they used to be called the Toronto St. Pat's, right? In the 20s, before they changed the name to the Toronto Maple Leafs. But it doesn't look right. Wearing green and white, it's not a problem with the colour so much. The uniform's just ugly. It's just ugly, and I don't think they've won a game wearing it. Positive they haven't won a game wearing it. Thanks again for watching tonight. This is the 4th one of my Whisky Talk series. We did Writer's Tears, Irish whiskey, triple distilled. I'm going to give it a thumbs up as one that I would definitely buy again, and I would recommend if you see this on the shelves, especially $1.95 off. Not bad at all. Well, better than a kick in the teeth, right? All the best until the next time. Thanks for hanging out with me for this another Saturday night. We've had our little dram, we've had our little shortbread, we've watched some hockey, everybody's happy. Spring is here, things are looking up, folks. Let's get going here. Get your vaccine as well. Don't even think about it. Do it. Let's get back to living again. I'll see you all later. Thanks. Filming myself eating shortbread. What a way to spend your Saturday nights.